Hi, thanks for watching my views on news. Two news stories. First news story is about a Fano commander who has released a video message which is a code of conduct for Fano fighters. He shared details of different fronts, who is leading these fronts, and he announced a new name for fundraising abroad. I have details for you of this Fano commander's message for you. Secondly, an OLA commander visited Oromo Liberation Army commander visited Anole monument in RC 2 days ago. I did a video on that. Now we have received a clip from the site of the monument where OLA commander was seen. I have this clip for you at the end of this video. Firstly, viewers, Mere Wadajo is East Amhara Fano commander. This Fano faction was part of third round of fighting in the war between Tigray fighters and Ethiopian National Defense Force. Other Fano factions were not allowed to operate last year, but East Amhara Fano of Mere Wadajo fought alongside Ethiopian National Defense Force against Tigray fighters last year. After that, an attempt was made to disband his Fano faction, but the attempt remained unsuccessful. Mere Wadajo has released a video message. It's very interesting that these Fano commanders are issuing video messages, their interviews are being broadcast. So they are accessible to journalists based abroad mostly, but military cannot trace them. It means that either military is not targeting these Fano commanders, or these Fano commanders are using devices which cannot be intercepted by Ethiopian intelligence agency, Ethiopian security institutions, because we have seen several interviews of these Fano commanders in the past few days. Now, Mere Wadajo firstly mentioned the name of Getachew Bijine, Magar media owner who has been appointed as head of fundraising, I think. He said Getachew Bijine is already helping us, and now we have made him in charge of a few things in diaspora. Question is that how many Fano representatives are working in diaspora, because when Skandar Naga formed APF, he announced the appointment of David Wolle Georgius as head of foreign relations of APF. Now, Mere Wadajo has appointed Getachew Bijine. I think it's for fundraising. It means that Fano has no cohesive central organization for talks, for fundraising, for lobbying, etc. Tomorrow we could hear another Fano commander appoint a new man for fundraising, etc. in diaspora. Secondly, he talked about efforts ongoing to turn Fano factions into a consolidated army. He said talks have been held among four Fano factions: Gojam, Gondar, Wollo, and Shoa, and we are coordinating to work like an army. And then he shared details of fronts, which front is being led by which commanders. It's very interesting because generally these armed groups, military commanders don't share such details, but he made these details public. He said that Shoa and East Amhara Fano are working together. They are working to push OLA out of Amhara region, Oromo Liberation Army. The Lanta front, Wollo, is led by Mogzigai and Abate Kasa. Lasta front, Waghemra Lalibela, it is led by Wondamo Maro. There is a separate Raya brigade, a separate Zobel brigade, and similarly there are Fano factions in Gojam and Gondar too. He talked about Addis Ababa, that Fano fighters will reach Addis Ababa, but civilians should not be worried. Amhara corrupt channels will be held accountable. Those Oromo soldiers, Oromo channels who are killing Amhara people, they'll be held accountable. He talked about alleged government's attempts to create religious divisions within Fano. He said propaganda being spread as if Fano is anti-Muslim. No, Muslims are part of Fano. And then he shared a code of conduct for Fano fighters, which should be made public, I think, because POWs should be treated in a manner which ensures their safety and security. Firstly, he said that whenever these Ethiopian army soldiers are arrested, no one should ask their identity. That is what I pointed out 2 days ago when I did with a video, that after an ambush, some Fano fighters were asking questions about the ethnicity of injured ENDF soldiers. He said that ethnicity has no role. That is why ethnicity of POWs does not matter. No Fano fighter should ask the ethnicity of POWs. Secondly, he said that private properties are not Fano's properties. So Fano fighters, whether they are hungry, whether they are thirsty, they have no right to take private properties. They can seek permission. If they granted permission, they can use these properties. Otherwise, they have no right to use private properties. Those who are being arrested should be treated humanly, and they should be tortured. They should be provided with medical care. He said government is refusing medical care to our people. We're being discriminated. But we are not going to deny medical assistance to captured members of regime's soldiers. Then he talked about other issues. He said that enemy is trying to divide us along ethnic lines, religious lines. We shared meals. We have been sharing meals for years, for decades. Enemy is trying to split. We will stay united. All of us will stay united. So this code of conduct should be made public, I think, because sometimes sometimes people who have been captured as POWs, they are killed. He said if new Fano factions emerge, these existing Fano fighters should verify. People should verify as well. There could be regime-backed elements operating in the name of Fano factions. So overall, it's a good code of conduct which should be made public because it can save lives, it can educate Fano fighters. I have 2 clips for you. First one shows Mere Bodajo, his video message. Second one shows OLA commander Jal Sabaif, who is Southeast Front commander of the Oromo Liberation Army. He visited Anole monument, which was built to condemn alleged massacre of Oromos by Emperor Menelik II. It was built around a decade ago. OLA commander visited Anole monument in RC in response to Fano's message from Ankober, from Menelik's palace. Fano announced to capture the other palace too in Addis Ababa, and then we saw that this OLA commander went to Anole monument and he shared a video from this monument. Watch the 2 clips. Thank you for watching.
በአራቱም ግዛት ያለ ማንኛውን የራሳችንን ንብረት የራሳችንን ተቋም እየራበህም እየጠማህም ቢሆን ችለ ከህዝብ በግልጥ አንጣ ብላ እንጂ የግለሰብን ንብረት ያልሆነ ድርጅቱን የማይመጥን ስራ መልከስከስ ተገቢ አይደለም። ፋኖ ነኝ እያለ በአራቱም አቅጣጫ በቡድን 3ም 4ም ሆኖ ምንም ስራ የሌለባቸው ሊበድል የሚነሳው መሪህ ማን ነው? ቆይ እስቲ አንተ በደንብ መረዳት አለብን ብላችሁ መያዝ አለባችሁ። ብልጽግና የላካቸው አንዳንድ ሽፍቶች አሉ። ብልጽግና የላካቸው ትክክለኛ ታጋይ የሆንክ ወደ ዋናው የሚታገልበት መስመር እየገባህ እየተቀናጀ መታገል እንጂ በየጫካው ተሽጎጥጉጠህ ፋኖ ነኝ እያልክ የግለሰብን ንብረት እየዘረፍክ እየበላህ የግለሰብን መሳሪያ እየዘረፍክ እየቀማህ የምትሸጥ ይህም ከማንኛውም ከምንወስዳቸው እርምጃዎች ለይተን አናይህም። ወደ ዋናው አቅጣጫ ወደ መረጥከው ድርጅት የጎንደርም አለ ወደ ጎንደር፣ የጎጃም አለ ወደ ጎጃም፣ የሸዋ ወደ ሸዋ፣ የወሎ ወደ ወሎ እየተቀላቀልን አብረን እንታገላለን። የምናገኛትን ገንዘብ የአማራ ሕዝብ ሊያውቅ የሚገባው ነገር በየትኛውም አቅጣጫ እንዲህ ብለን መሄጃ አጣን የሚሉን ከስርዓቱም ይሁን ወጥተው ጎጃምም የሚሄድ ጎንደርም የሚሄድ ካለ ደውላችሁ መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ። እኛ አውጥተን ከሀገራቸው የሚገቡበትን በሀገራቸው ሄደው የሚታገሉበትን ነው የምናደርገው። መከላከያ ማንኛውም ይህን ስርዓት መጨማለቁን እያወቀ እየከዳ እየሄደ ነው። ማንኛውም መከላከያ በትግል ላይም የማረከውን ማንኛውም ብሔር ይሁን በትግል ላይ መማረክ ያለ ነው። ያስከውን ጫጫታ ተሰብስበ ማውካት ሳይሆን መረጃ የሚቀበል ገለል አድርጎ ይቀበለዋል። ከዛ ውጭ የበላኸውን ያጠጣኸውን አጠጥተህ ወደ ማቆያ ቢወጣ በአራት አቅጣጫም ያስቀመጥነው ማረፊያ አለን። ወደዛ ማረፊያ ታስቀምጣለህ። ነገ ምርኮኛ በሚመለስበት ሕግና ደም አስረክበ ትልካለህ። ይህ እንዲህ ያለ ነው ኦሮሞ ነው እኛን የሚገድ፣ ይህ እንዲህ ያለ ነው ትግሬ ነው፣ ይህ እንዲህ ያለ ነው ደቡብ ነው ሳምፐሊ የለም። 10 ጓደኛህን ገሎ ከማረከው ተማርኳን አለቀ። እገሌን የገደለው ይሄ ነው ብለህ እርምጃ መውሰድ ከማንኛውም ነገር ለይተን እንደማናየው ይሄን ማስረግጬ እነግርሃለሁኝ። ከዛ ውጭ ስርዓቱ ተማሮ ጫናው ሲበረታበት ወጥቶ የሚሄድ መከላከያ ለመሳሪያ ብለህ አፈሙዝ አዙረህ የምትገል ግለሰብ ወይም ማርካለሁ ብለህ የምታስብ ግለሰብ ካለህ ከማንኛውም ድርጅት ይህንም ለይተን አናየውም። ትክክለኛ ስህተት እንደሆነ አውቀህ ይዘህ ፋኖ ወዳለበት ወስደህ አስረክበህ የሚታገል ከሆነ ይታገላል፣ የማይታገል ከሆነ በሀገሩ ሄዶ ይታገላል። የምትወጣ መከላከያ በሙሉ ኮንፊደንስ የራስህ አባላዊ አግኝተው እንዳይረሽኑህ እንጂ የአማራ ሕዝብ እንደማይነካህ አስረግጬ እነግርሃለሁ። ስፈራ ብቻ ነው የሚገልህ። አንዱና ምራኝ ብለህ የፈለክበት ቦታ ላይ ቀጥ አድርጎ መርቶ አምጥቶ ያቀላቅልሃል። ከታገልክ ትታገላለህ። በሀገር ሄጄ ነው የምታገለው ካልክ በሀገር ሂደህ ትታገላለህ። ስለዚህ ዘመን አርጎት እንጂ ከይሺው አብይ አህመድ ዘመን አርጎት እንጂ ነገ አብረን መብላታችን አብረን መጠጣታችን ተወቃቅሰንም ያሸነፈ አሸንፎ አብረን መኖራችን ስለማይቀር አስረግጬ እነግርሃለሁ። የሰብአዊ መብት የሚጥስ ነገር እንደምታረግ እዚህ እንድትጠነቀቅ። የእኛ ሰራዊት እናውቃለን። ሕክምና እንዳይታከም እያለ የወራሪው ቡድን ይከለክላል። ግድ የለም እኛ ተልተን አንቀርም። አካሚ አጥተን በምንታከምበት መንገድ እንታከማለን። የመንግስት ወታደር ግን ማንኛውም ቆስሎ ያገኛችሁትን ይሶ የኛን ቁስለኛ ይህን እያደረገ ነው ብላችሁ በቀል ያደረገም እስካሁን የለም። እንግዲህ